What's up, guys? So I just got a few emails and a few instant messages, about this video that just came out, showing like templates and designs that are apparently done by a meta player, and people just wanted me to take a look at it to make sure that it was completely like valid. Because as you know, I've made a few videos on designs and everything, and pretty much people just want my take on the video. So I watched it, and honestly, it's pretty jarring to say the least. I mean, this guy calls himself good at the game, but some of these templates, man, are just not good. So we're just gonna get straight into it. So first thing he does is talk about defensive infantry.
When it comes to your defensive infantry, there are 3 rules you don't want to mess up. Rule number 1.
Already wrong. I'll let him finish before I continue though, but combat width being 16? No.
Go with the 16 width division. But
Nope.
10 infantry battalions on the right side of mass.
So he says do 10 infantry battalions because on the right side of mass mob, 1 infantry is 1.6 combat width. First off, mass mob is a completely dead doctrine that doesn't work. And 16 width isn't even good. 10 width, 2 width if you're allowed to spam, and 24 width are probably the best widths you can do, and doing superior firepower is just 100 times better in every single way possible. Specifically right-left superior firepower. So this is already wrong. Oh my god, what was that? So as you can see here, he talks about support equipment and what support equipment to use for what situation. So he does have artillery, which is really good, so I'll give that to him, but he says if fighting special forces when you should be doing it for everything. Oh, the fact that he forgets to do the maintenance support company is really telling. And if I was doing infantry, I would also probably put recon on it for the movement bonuses on terrain. So yeah, so we just skip past that. So strong all-rounder template, no.
You only want to play or for the highest organization type.
So aim for a good org to attack. I guess that's true, but you could just say that about anything, so I don't know why he's just trying to say that like he's smart or something. It's like, okay, yeah, of course you want high organ attack, like a duh. Anyways, let's go to it. Offensive infantry.
Offensive infantry is mainly used for battle
Nope.
plans. It should be 36 with all support.
Yes, mainly used for battle plans. Yes, fill all support companies. No, don't use hospitals. No, don't do 35 whip. So 25 whip is actually the best whip because that's the whip of mountains, and when you're going to be pushing through the Urals and stuff, you're going to want 25 whip. So
the goal here.
Support companies wise, again in my support companies videos, artillery, maintenance, motorized recon if you can afford it, maybe rocket artillery for the extra soft attack and a little bit of hard attack, and engineers to like fill up your companies. Of course, if you can't afford it, don't do that. Aim for high HP and attack. HP is kind of useless. I mean, you don't need more than like 100 HP. You should be mainly aiming for soft attack and breakthrough, because breakthrough is the most important stat in the game. So he shows 35.2 whip. First off, there is no 45.2 whip terrain. There are some 35 whip terrains, but that 0.2 whip is going to make it so this doesn't fit in the terrain. Also, this guy's arguably better in every way, to Mr. Segl over here. This guy streams his stuff, unlike Segl, who's just a bourgeois editor. He just has good editing, so it makes his videos look good and professional, because he pays an Indian man in fucking New Delhi to edit his videos, but we all know this guy's bad. So instead, we should be looking at this guy, who's a down-to-earth, blue-blooded fucking American. And he's showing his division here. Okay, it's not 25 whip, whatever, but he shows what a true division looks like. 3 artillery, the heavy artillery, medium flame tank if you can afford it, for the extra armor, obviously. This is the division you want. So, it's this. Okay, so, pretty much, now he talks about special forces, which is one of the biggest tells that I know he's not good because special forces are completely useless. It's really funny, so let me tell you a quick story before we continue. He messaged me asking me for tips on what the best designs are, basically. I gave it to him. I gave him my designs, 7.2s, 5-line artillery, scavenger tank division, which I'll show later. And he just doesn't use them. And then he called me the I-word. He said, you're a dirty I-word that's never gonna get a girlfriend. And I said, yes, I am 5'6" and Indian. Of course I'm not gonna get a girlfriend. Why are you saying this to me? And he said, get off my game, loser. And, well, I mean, I did. I don't like confrontation, you know. I don't want people to feel sad, so I uninstalled HOI4, and I haven't been able to play since then. So that's why I'm doing these videos, like, looking at the YouTube video instead of, like, showing it in-game, because, well, honestly, I'm just afraid. Because I guess he just hates, like, beautiful Indian men like me. But yeah. So, I'm just gonna ignore the entire special forces thing, and we'll go straight to support, also known as tank designs. So, I'm gonna have a field day with this one. Okay, so next we have tank design. So I'm gonna have a field day with this because meta players, well, air quote meta players, always do the weirdest tank designs, and we've already got this, which is beautiful. So let's go over to mine real quick. So this is the actual tank design you want to do. So, as you can see here, there's so much stuff on it. Look at this flame tank, it's 19 IC. And look at this one, 2 IC. Do you see why you do this? Fuel if you want it. My point is, because flame tanks, all you're doing it for is the bonuses, and also because flamethrowers are good against, like, civilians and stuff. You pretty much just want to make it as cheap as possible. You only do fuel barrels because, like, okay, if you have to put it on, you might as well do the thing to just store extra fuel or whatever. So this whole, like, meme of doing all of these modules and armor clicks and everything is just is weird. And look at the speed, 4.6 kilometers. You're gonna put that in a tank division that goes 8 kilometers, and that's gonna go 4.6 kilometers because the division only goes as fast as the slowest link, as they say.
Okay, so basically, light tanks, this is an insane image. I mean, come on, really. You're gonna do all of this for your light tank recon, and what the hell even gun is that? You probably have to do 5 researchers of freaking anti-tank or something to do that. So if you look in mine, this is the proper thing. The only reason you're putting recon on is for the 15% breakthrough modifier for infantry equipment. Or infantry divisions, I mean. So why, on God's beautiful balloon marble, are you putting any modules on it when it doesn't add anything to the division? Like, this is just unusual. It's just unusual.
So, he says tanks should be 36 width. Yet again, insane. It should be like offensive infantry, which I said before, should be 25 width because those are the whips of mountains. When you're pushing the Urals with your tanks, you do not want 36 width.
Motorized, mechanized, or amphibious tractors.
This is really weird. Camels, Amtraks. Why? I mean, ... Like, camels are literally animals, and Amtraks are special forces and they're too expensive and stuff. Mech, maybe. If it's like 1948 and you can afford it. Motorized and cavalry are the only way to go, really. Motorized if you want your division fast, and cavalry if you don't have the industry. So I don't know what this is.
Depending on what you can afford.
So they show an example of a good barb tank, and it's 36 width. You would not survive the camps. Heavy tanks are the only viable tanks. Now that's really funny because it's actually medium tanks.
It's by far the best option.
Let's see
heavy
why.
tank design, you want a 3-man turret, 3 small cannon.
No. So if I show you a heavy tank design real quick, this is what you should actually be doing. You want to make sure your reliability is high, and that the tank isn't extremely expensive. So if we can go to A, I believe he showed... No, this is basic. So yeah, so this is your basic heavy tank.
We put this...
Oops.
That's one tank battalion.
I don't know what armor meme is, so I'm just gonna skip it. I don't know what any of this is. So it talks about air now.
Focus on the standard 1 armor plate if you're using a good range.
This is literally edited in. This is literally Photoshop. Look at that. Why is that's such a different quality? I'm not even gonna look at this.
In general, the best ships to build are light cruisers. Super.
What is he saying? Does anyone understand what this guy is saying? His accent is so thick. What the fuck did he just say?
In general, the best ships to build are light cruisers.
Dude, if I was a TSA agent, I would pull you out of line for a random search.
Anyways, if we go look at his designs... Yeah, what the hell is this? So there's a person named Gork, who is actually a real-life meta player or something, and this is like his design. Well, anyways, that's pretty much it or something. Alright, Scavenger Division. So this is the only tank division worth doing. Let's look at it. Oh my god, why was he saying that? So this is... Basically, that's all. Just like, don't look at videos and stuff.